Peace, love, and light, guys. It's your guy, Professor O, coming through with a dose of that good. Yo, come everywhere like broken glass, from around like a circle. Anyway, anyhow, let's get down to it right now. Today, I want to talk about be yourself, because the hate gonna come regardless. Listen here and listen clear. The hate gonna come regardless, no matter how successful you are, no matter how much you're trying. You could just be chilling, just doing your own thing. The hate gonna come with the progress. Why? Because that's what the haters do. It comes with it. If nobody hating on you, then you must not be doing something right. You gotta be living good, be living smooth for the hate to be coming through. You understand what I'm saying? But it can never ever be successful unless you allow it to come into your immediate metron. Can you dig what I'm saying? I think you can. You already know I'm long-winded. So anyway, anyhow, let's get down to this round now. I got the handy dandy notebook up in the spot. Please do not make it hot. Who writes in spirit? Clearly your boy still does. Don't hate me because you ain't me. Maybe you need to levitate, meditate, never deviate, never say appreciate, yes, hate, no. You know I got that flow, never slow, always got a glow, and I'm always on go. Can you dig what I'm saying? I think you can. Anyway, anyhow, let's get down to this round now. First round, let's get to it. They gonna hate regardless. Can't please people who are committed to hating you, and I need you to really understand this. The individuals out there that are so committed to just hating you, they don't like you, they don't like anything about you. It's just, it is what it is, right? You can't please them no matter what you do. You know what I'm saying? But, oh, you know what? You know, maybe if you're just a little bit more patient with me, you give them patience. Oh, you know what? Maybe, you know, you laugh about everything a little bit too much. You give them a little bit of space. Maybe you being a little bit insecure about the situation, but maybe you don't know, whatever the case may be. But you give them a little bit of space that they require. Oh, you know what? Maybe you just, you know, I just need to pass the response. You're giving them patience again, and you're also giving them time, space to be able to be themselves. But then you know what? Now you're a little bit more to. You give a little to your step to it. The fact of the matter is you can't please people who do not see that you can please them. They don't want to be pleased by you. They don't like you. There's nothing you can do that could ever equal up to whatever they put on their pedestal. Why? Because at the same time, they're committed to not liking you. So if someone out there, somebody is committed to not liking you, not doing the things that needs to be progressive towards your situation or overall benefit to who you are, you won't be able to please them no matter what. You could be the kindest, the sweetest, the smoothest. It doesn't matter. Why? Because they're in their reality, you'll never equal up to it. It don't even matter. Everybody could be saying, you know what, I'm not gonna lie, this guy is actually pretty cool. People be like, what's so cool about him? It's that it doesn't matter. You can't force a dead horse to drink water because they don't feel dehydration. They already dead. It's just what it is. But anyway, anyhow, let's continue down this round now. You know I'm long-winded. By pleasing them, you're bargaining with your delusion. Not even your delusion, really, because I want to make another video involving that. But when you involve in it, we're gonna get to it. But by pleasing them, you're bargaining with delusion. They'll find something new about you to hate. Point blank, period. It is what it is. They'll find something new. It just doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter how it is. It's always going to be like that in this situation. You can't change it. You don't want to change it. It is what it is. But what you can do, right, when these are the individuals that are committed to hating you, these are individuals that's committed to not looking at who you are, because you got to realize we're in a constant state of development. So if we're in constant state of development, then that means we're ever changing, even for positive or even for less. Hopefully it's for the positive. Why? Because when you go up, when you're elevating, when you're developing in a more vertical direction, you're seeing how far you've left yourself where you was previously at, and you're able to grow from that point. If you're going more horizontal, you can still look about where you're at, and you won't be able to feel how much you develop because you'll still be on the same plane. Remember, let's go vertical, not necessarily horizontal. However, nothing's wrong with horizontal development, but at some point in time, you want to be able to go up and up and up. Not really, you know, stagnant in the situation. But at the same time, it's kind of like the Queen theory in Alice in Wonderland, where you got to do a whole bunch of things to be able to stay the same, if that makes sense. I'm talking right now. I'm veering off from the point. So let's get back to this round now. But I'm talking to you. Walk with me as I talk with you. Do you dig what I'm saying? I think you can. Anyway, I want to continue more on that because I kind of veer off the point. You know, I am long-winded. By pleasing them, you're bargaining with delusion. And what I mean by that is that I'm not saying out here be a people pleaser or anything like that, because everyone has their limits, everybody has their tolerance. But when you're bargaining with who you are to be able to make a smile to them, and you're never going to quench their happiness. This is why you can't bargain with their delusion. They're delusional. They don't even know what they want a lot of the times. They just know that they don't want what you have to offer, even if it's something that they may like. You got to realize these are double-minded individuals. They can like you and hate you because the fact that they like you. This is very true that I'm speaking about. And yes, these people exist, and yes, these individuals do exist. What I can suggest to you, you give them grace. And I already written that down, so I'm going ahead. I'm moving so fast, right? Ooh, look at that, so sexy. And I've been doing it on the left side a little bit more because this side's been so smooth down, this side's been looking a little rough. But it's all right. I'll get my hair braided. Somebody's going to do it because they want me out here looking sexy just as much as I love to look sexy as well. Anyway, anyhow, we continue down this round now. Excuse me. They hate your authenticity because they traded theirs years ago. And what I mean by that is that when you want a guy's like, and you're really flowing and going and rolling with whatever you're doing, you got to realize that you're going to have this sense of authenticity that hasn't really been bargained with and it hasn't really been altered. It's something that's been born with you. You still maintain it. Now, of course, it went through the ringer, etc., so forth, through the experience, life trials and tribulations, else, etc. That's what happens when you're growing in life. You experience different people, different societies, different environments, etc., so forth, yada, 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 yada. However, you still maintain that source, that core of where it was emanating from. Not only did you maintain it, if those that still do, God, congratulations, God bless you, and good, you're here. You're able to understand what I'm saying. But a lot of individuals, unfortunately, may have bargained it, may have traded it off, etc., so forth, and been tossed to and fro from the experience of life. Now, this is when you give those grace, and this is when you have to also realize they can always get it back because they never can really trade or give it off. Only they create the illusion of them trading it off, but they added in so much stuff that they put on top of it that now when they got to discard everything else to get to the core, they'll literally be losing themselves or their own identity that they built themselves to figure out who they truly are again. And it can be very hurtful for these individuals. It can be it's life-changing, really, because they can feel like they've been living a lie, they've been going against who they are. It's so much that can happen. But this is why you give them grace. Why? Because, guys, God is giving you grace. You give grace likewise. This is the whole point of being cool. This is the whole point of being successful. This is the whole point about being smooth. And this is when great things and superb things will always come into your fashion, into your situation, because this is who you are at the core and at the truth of it. Now, these videos that I speak about, of course, are not for the evil bastards out there because they do exist. So when I'm speaking about being a cool and truly who you are, I'm talking about the really cool, the really good individuals that's out there living life in that order. And I'm not talking about the evil bastards, because if the evil bastards were here, they'd be like, this, what the fuck is he talking about? Before skip, and then they move on and do whatever the case may be, right? This is truth of what they matter, because we got to realize what I think in fact and what they think in fact is two totally different things, which is not a good thing at all. I think, like, you know what, doing this only takes one try. You can be like, shit, I'm gonna keep doing it again and again. So it's you gotta realize what you're dealing with and how you do it. So work with them, be patient with them overall. So why? Because at the end of the day, just because they're there living in that situation, that doesn't necessarily mean that you can never lose hope or faith in them. Why? This is why you give grace, as God has given you grace. Why? Because when you give them grace, I spoke about this before, you're giving an example of how to be exactly. Why? Because the righteous deserve it, and the evil ones need an example of what it is. That's all it really is. When the righteous deserve to be treated like royalty, the evil ones are required to see an example of what royalty looks like. And again, when you're giving them grace, and this is why it's always about staying humble. Again, when you talk about the kingdom of God, sex, or so forth, you got to realize that a lot of people fall in love with the power and authority that comes out of the kingdom of God, but they forget about the love and charity that comes with it. And those are very imperative traits that you have to always practice and put out there at all times. It's just what it is. It goes hand in hand. It's never not alone with anyone. Anyway, when you give them grace, you give them an example of that. Remember, they can always switch out and be like, you know what, I want to do this. I want to take my own singular path. You know, I want to see, maybe I can figure myself out a little bit more. And when they do that, which some do, you've already given an example of what to do and how to do it. And then now they can ever go back and think about it. But, oh yeah, I remember Ron was doing that and how he treated me like this. Then it could be like, oh my gosh, I was such a dickhead. I didn't even understand. They don't know, right? It's just what it is. But anyway, I digress. You know, I'm long-winded. Anyway, anyhow, let's continue down this round now. Give grace, despise what you think they deserve. When you choose righteousness, you represent something way more prominent. I just said that previously, but I added a little bit more to it, a little razzle dazzle. So I'm gonna say it once more because I really like how I've written this. Give grace, despise what you think they deserve. When you choose righteousness, you represent something way more prominent. beautiful, isn't it? Wow. Such a sexy statement, almost like me. Anyway, we're moving forward. They'll use your past against you, anything to get you to conform to their narrative, progress through, literally. And they can use anything against you, but I've noticed that a lot of individuals want to bring up the past because you got to realize how people perceive you. You'll really be surprised. Some people will really perceive you as something so miraculous, and other people really perceive you as something so malevolent and detrimental. And you be like, oh my gosh, how could you see me in that? You got to also realize a lot of individuals out there, most view others from the lens of how they view themselves, meaning that they'll put themselves in positions in pseudo scenarios and they will assume that, all right, I'm a stingy mother effer, so that means they're going to be a stingy mother effer. But that's never the case. This is why you don't project your own insecurities onto others. But you have to realize a lot of these individuals are so hurt and they never did the inner work. Remember, when the light turned on, some individuals pick up that desk pain improvement, then they start discarding the traits that they don't need, add in the traits that they do need, and refining the traits that they haven't used in a while. Well, a lot of these individuals, when the light turned on, they say nothing wrong with me, turn the light off, and then now they continue to add on traits that no longer serves who they truly are, and they're become spiritually congested. This is something that you deal with on a considerable basis, and not only that, they'll start inviting other type of traits in that's not really complementary to who they truly are, that's complementary from this identity that they're creating. And remember that when you create an identity that's not cohesive with who you truly are, you're going to be a double-minded individual. And when you're a double-minded individual, you got to be having battles that's going against yourself. So this is when you find individuals that they'll really like you, but they'll also hate you. And they'll hate the fact that they like you. That sounds so insane to me. But these things do exist. Beware. It's crazy. I'm telling you. Watch out. I'm telling you. But you give them grace. Why? Because you'll never want to stoop down to their level, because they won't be able to give them grace to understand that what they're doing is wrong. You always want to stay high-minded and vibrate at a higher level, so when now they'll be able to see it, and if they ever do decide to take their own singular path, again, you've given them an example of what to be, how to be, and what to see, and then you'll be moving forward more amicably. Can you dig what I'm saying? I think you can, because you know I'm talking so sexy right now. Holy mackerel, right? Holy guacamole. I've been watching a lot of old cool. Don't beat me up. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Again, this message is for the adept out there, for the master, the expert, the proficient, efficient, the self-efficient. The one that's always doing it and never losing it, that's growing, that's glowing, that's going at all times. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. And remember, speak good, do good, see good. Come what it is good, it's all good. Can you dig it? And for the haters out there that love looking at your boy, make sure you look at my good side, because you know that I'm sexy. Can you dig what I'm saying? I think you can. Peace, love, and light. I'll see you guys in the next video.